fudge cookies. Oh, fuck.
I feel you too.
My mom would buy Lucky Charms for us as dessert and like slowly leak it out. You know, we weren't allowed to eat shit, so.
Gushers over at the Wilson house where
It fruit by the foot.
Fruit roll-ups, and then you put them in the freezer.
Gushers. There's a candy store on Larimer Square that still has like all
Rocket
the
Fizz?
old,
Yeah.
has all the old school candies. The
That's
like
not weird.
inner fat kid in me who would ravage your friend's house loves going there. Yes.
Do y'all remember this thing called Bug City? It was candy that came in a small little bug jar shaped like little bugs.
Yes.
It was the most amazing thing ever, and it's out of stock across the world. They stopped manufacturing it. I literally look on eBay probably once a month, still trying to find it.
Do you remember Dunkaroos?
Oh, yeah. Those are still around.
That's like where you dip it into the cake batter frosting?
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like circus animals.
It was kind of like those Lunchables
Teddy Grahams?
with the
Teddy
cheese
Grahams.
that you could.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. The processed cheese, and you could either use the breadstick or
so
you get the
good.
one that had the crackers, and it had the stick for you to spread it across.
Yep.
Or you just use that stick and eat all the cheese.
That red little...
What about...
That was my beef with the toaster strudels back in the day when you would...
Of course you had beef with the toaster strudels.
Like maybe 2 packs of the icing, but then you'd get down to the last toaster strudel and you'd be like, where the fuck's the icing?
What the fuck happened to all the icing?
Yeah. And it's like
Can we please call out the bubblegum chew packs? Do you remember those? That it was like shredded bubblegum.
I still eat that.
To get kids hooked on nicotine and tar.
Right.
Do you remember that?
Big
it was
League
amazing. Yes, that one.
Why don't you just stay in your lane? That is not why. It was so that you could
candy
mimic
cigarettes were.
I know. But yeah, right. Candy cigarettes.
You are the worst. You're probably one of those moms that doesn't vaccinate their kids.
She's not
I'm just not a mom or anything.
Well, anyway, that Big League
barely
Chew
a person.
was fantastic, and it was so that kids that wanted to be baseball players,
Addicted
you would
to
eat that
tobacco.
because the baseball players were doing the tobacco. It had zero correlation to tobacco except for the fact that you looked like the big leaguers. Right. And in fact, they're coming out with their first
Big League Chew.
female cover. It's a cartoon, person that's like the athlete. The female is going to be the first one. Avatar, I guess.
Thank you.
She comes out in June. First time ever for Big League Chew. So they're doing just fine. They're still around.
I struck a chord with Big League Chew.
I love that stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't shitting on the Big League Chew. I'm just saying, like, that's hilarious. That candy cigarettes and Big League Chew. I just feel like that would get so much kickback from everyone today because everyone's offended by a fucking sneeze.
It sounds like, that's not.
I think. Are y'all pulling for the Rams?
We're from California.
Yeah,
Ramming it. Has anyone seen the 70s style video of the old school Rams? And it's like a rap video. They could never get away with it now, but it's called Ramming It. And you need to check it out later. When you get home, you need to go on to YouTube, and I promise you, they couldn't get away with it now, but
I'll give it a look. Okay, I got one question. Since we grew up on opposite sides of the country, have you all visited the Florida beaches?
Florida's like questionable for me.
Because what I'm getting
I kind of feel like United States becoming the Florida of the United States.
The beaches are better, but the scene is better in Cali.
Yeah, I had a layover once.
I think hanging out on the Gulf Coast, on a beach on the Gulf Coast, is way more enjoyable than hanging out on a beach maybe in San Diego.
But maybe you're not hanging at the right beaches. Maybe you need like a referral.
But I have no leg to stand on.
The water's really cold. The sand is like, the sand down in the Gulf Coast.
Are you ready for things to get personal if this conversation continues?
I feel like we've already gotten personal. Not only do we all offend Big League Chew, but now we're talking about which beaches are better. I'm, as an impartial person that
Caribbean beaches.
Yes. You know what beaches are awesome? Normandy.
Well,
I'm kidding.
What the fuck?
Like a lot of people died, I'm pretty sure.
I was just throwing out like a 4 in Bali. So
Maeve's like, maybe
I'm
not Normandy. Your rapid fire goes to Normandy. It says a lot about you, not
I'm
us.
a big fan of the French. I do like
Sounds
French.
like it.
Well, we're going to edit a lot of this.
I wouldn't mind going to the Florida Keys. I would not mind going to check it out. I have not checked it out. Okay. I would like to see it.
I love going to Florida as a jumping point towards Puerto Rico or Bahamas or somewhere else.
Right.
say answer the question. Again,
what are your
C.
guys' favorite beaches in Florida? Maybe we need to ask you about what you like.
There's a place called the White Sands of Destin, and people come from around the world to go to Destin to see these pristine beaches. But again, the scene is not as cool.
Yeah,
as
like you're not.
San Diego's cooler. It's hip. You'll have the rollerbladers.
Not the scene.
Yeah, and so I enjoy if I'm going to go to a beach now, I'm going to fly to the West Coast from here rather than flying back to the South. But I'm not flying out there because of the better sand or the better ocean. I'm flying out there because
it's more of a scene.
I want to hang out with hot chicks.
Chase and tail.
Yeah.
Let's cut the shit. They have better outfits out there.
Yeah.
Well, they're more fit, I would say.
Yeah.
But they're fake as fuck, which is also why we moved here, because we're not those girls.
But see, I grew up an hour away from the beach, so that's where I spent most of my life because my hometown was...
I just love seafood, and I can get those on anywhere. Even if I'm in Massachusetts, you can get dank-ass seafood. So
you can't get dank-ass.
You need to go to South Beach Bar and Grill in San Diego and give it a try.
Fishing with Dynamite in Manhattan Beach up in L.A. is one of the best places I've ever, it's so clever and creative what they do with seafood.
I love Manhattan Beach.
We should do a trip out to San Diego.
Take
and
Coaster Quotes road trips. We do a bar crawl.
Well, maybe we can
Stoned Appetit.
A wind trip bar crawl.
Stoned Appetit road.
I'll go right now, except for government shutdown. How long security lines? I don't know.
Is the government shut down?
No, not anymore.
They reopened it. Okay. It'll probably shut down again.
That's another Coaster Quote spinoff.
Yeah, we don't get
do like a Stoned
Appetit.
Appetit.
Yeah, we don't talk politics, and I also don't know.
You brought
politics.
up Normandy.
I like France. I like the country of France.
He just happened to say.
I was making a joke. For fuck's sake.
So should we see if we might catch these people off guard?
I feel like we may have one of
guard.
the two here that could play.
I think so. Right. You ask it because the way you
their eyes just got super big. Like you just saw the whites of their eyes. I just got super excited. So I'm not sure what's coming out my way.
Y'all are paying for lunch, so we're down to eat whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so if we can just wait till happy hour then, so...
That to have changes. Okay, so this is one of our big questions that we have every week. We've asked everyone from gold medal winning athletes to rock stars.
James Beard chefs.
James Beard award-winning chefs.
How did we get here?
Because you're published authors.
Yeah.
To Nobel Peace Prize winners.
You'll get there.
Y'all are also very attractive. That helps you get a lot of places in life. So welcome to the podcast. Forged, really good-looking people hanging out.
Really, really good-looking people.
Yeah. What is this, a Center for Ants?
What movie was that?
Zoolander.
It needs to be at least 3 times bigger.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Does San Diego really translate to a whale's vagina?
Anytime you say that somebody, I wasn't really
How are you
either.
not into Anchorman?
I'm into a lot of things, but not Anchorman.
All right. Anyways, let's get back to our question.
Okay. So speaking of things that y'all may be or may not be into, I'll start with the cripple.
Play again?
No, we're not going to get back into sexual innuendos. Marisa, do you believe in dinosaurs?
Sorry, I was drinking. Yes.
If you were a dinosaur, what kind of dinosaur would you be?
Littlefoot.
It's not an actual individual dinosaur. It's more of like a species of dinosaur.
Baby long neck.
Like,
so I guess a baby long neck.
And how would you pick a baby?
Sarah.
I would before time.
I would be
Nobody would be Petrie.
I'm Petrie.
Nobody
I'd totally
would
be
Petrie.
Sarah the Triceratops.
Okay, so you're a Triceratops is what you're trying to say? Or are you just saying that you only know the names of cartoon dinosaurs and not the names of dinosaurs themselves?
100%. When you said dinosaurs, Land Before Time is the first thing that popped into my brain.
Remember how scary it was when we did Film
I
on
just
the
went
Rocks?
with like Tree Star and Littlefoot.
What about Jurassic Park? Did that not
We
come to
saw
mind?
Jurassic Park at Red Rocks for Film on the Rocks a couple summers ago, and it was horrifying because that shit was really happening out there, and I would be a raptor.
So
Stacey's just going to take over.
Yeah. So you believe in them, and you're an apex predator that hunts in a pack?
Take you out.
Actually,
I'm a pterodactyl, so you're actually groovy because I fly. And that's all I do. I just hang out and then I dive and eat fish.
Yeah.
I'm big into seafood.
Yeah, you're into seafood. That's
Wait,
how
I don't know the names of any of those kind of, so
you've
maybe
really
I'd
thought
be
this
that.
through, though. If this is just a rapid-fire question, I have no idea.
It is not a rapid-fire question. It's
I'll be a
just to
long
keep
neck.
people on their...
And we're trying
Long neck is not... That's the name of a beer. That is not... That's what kind of beer I'm having.
That's a Stegosaurus?
Brontosaurus.
Oh.
A Stegosaurus is one that's kind of has the spikes on his back.
Okay, I like him too.
Yeah.
He's leaf eater.
Yeah, he is. He's a vegetarian.
So not only is the dinosaur question just kind of fun, and
it keeps you on your toes.
You get a sense of somebody's personality.
Science?
Like I would have pegged you for an apex predator.
You would have?
But yeah.
Oh.
Just because you're no fuss, like you get to the point.
She is no bullshit.
Like that one story about you shooting down that guy. That was. Like, if that would have been me, I would have been crushed.
Yeah.
But
get over it.
It also, we're trying to find somebody who doesn't believe in dinosaurs. Oh. Because then we're just going to, go on this huge rant about, so the world's flat? I mean,
we're going to literally stop the recording when we find that out and then start it over as a new episode where we just berate this person for being a flat earther / non-believer in dinosaurs and evolution.
I like your style.
Right.
So if you ever find...
It's really a judgmental question. Oh, yeah, you may take that. Thank you.
Technically, we're trying to see if we can find someone dumb enough to be that person.
Somebody's dumb enough.
So if you're at a bar one night and somebody, and it's a coaster quote and somebody's like,
man,
you know
I don't believe in those dinosaurs.
Yeah. Tap them on the shoulder.
Okay.
Tag us and let us know where we can find them.
Can I have your contact information?
Yeah,
You're
we're
about to be.
eavesdroppers
if y'all just want to ask for
so.
our phone numbers, y'all can. We can take this, outside or somewhere else.
Oh, okay. So crazy. I wanted to ask you about this.
We were talking about doing circle things.
I heard this last night from a friend. And I thought this would be a really good idea. So if a guy's coming on to you at a bar and you're getting really annoyed or something like that, why don't you be like, hey, let me put my number in your phone. When he gives you his phone and unlocks it, open up his Venmo app. Venmo yourself.
Wow, yeah.
$50
for my time.
Yes.
Yes.
I heard that and I was like, holy shit, that is the devil. But that would be... I mean, if a guy deserves it, that would be hilarious.
You better cash that into your bank account immediately because that guy's going to notice.
Transfer.
Yeah.
I will also say that I've heard of people doing that, and then they're changing the numbers of their mom, change their mom's name to Marisa, something like that. So then you send filthy messages to this girl the things I'm going to do to you are just naughty. You're going to need a shower with a hose after I get done with you, and then it's your mom, and you're like, what the fuck?
I'm so intrigued.
Listen, okay, that
would be.
Could you imagine Theus getting some of those?
Oh my god,
her mom.
So do y'all
go Marie style with the.
Yeah.
What's the grossest thing y'all got?
The dream.
Y'all should do a text message system as well. What's the weirdest thing y'all have ever gotten received text message wise from each other? Holy shit, that one was.
I was like, this is open ended. Oh, from each other.
Oh yeah, or y'all non. Picks.
Sorry, I just had to take a look around to see who's still in the room with us.
It's not free reign yet. I don't know.
Repeat the question, such as
what are things that we text each other that are
dirtiest things that have ever been texted to you? Something is
or what was the funniest thing that you received a coaster quote where when y'all were separated and somebody was
laughed so hard.
Here I heard this and you just died out laughing.
You got one? She's looking at me like she has one.
No, there's a million.
There's so many. It's just nonstop.
Let me see the book. Let me. I need to refer.
All right, so the room is now clear. We can go back to talking about ass play.
He's been on the edge of his seat.
My butthole is probably the strongest muscle in my body. Is one of the quotes.
Did you hear that one?
I heard that one. I know who said that one.
Nice.
Joked out talking about what he does at the gym, and then he was like, really though? My butthole is probably the strongest muscle in my body, which is good. That's a great quote. So it's I didn't need the whole conversation about gym rat behavior. Don't need that, but that's great.
That is gold.
That's a good.
I just don't know how that conversation came up at the bar.
I like to put my fingers in things.
Bar nuts.
I'm not going to.
Can that be the title of this episode? Bar nuts?
Yeah, because there's mix.
Yeah.
It's
kind of
grab and go, bro.
Nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and not the good kind with M&Ms,
to completely not answer your question, Kip, there's so many things that go back and forth between us, mostly STDs. She just looked at me.
We've actually never...
Y'all want to make out here for
anybody.
our listeners?
No dabble.
Y'all make out right now for our listeners.
No.
Gross. Not in our 20s. Blowing our cover just to not make out.
You're 27, bitch. Remember it.
Y'all are so young. Y'all have so much to learn. Well, I think, that kind of wraps up this week's episode. We want to tell everyone, don't forget Coaster Quotes, Stacy and Marisa, you can buy their book on our website, novacancyco.com, but you can also get it from boutiques around town. You do trade fairs, whatever they're called?
Something. It's mostly in boutiques.
Boutiques?
Yeah.
And then,
Some bars that are in it.